Well, folks, I'm up at stations. It's pouring down with rain, and I've got the pleasure of the company of Cheryl Riley. And I'm just looking at the table here, and Glenda was telling me that Grant Grocott found the remains of an old water wheel, and he brought the timber up to Huey, and he said, "Do you think you can make something out of this?" Well, Huey took it out to John Mitchell, and the next thing you know, we've got this beautiful table, just wonderful. But anyway, I digress. Mick Sullivan. You ever heard of Mick Sullivan? Well, if you haven't heard of him, you may as well turn this off because you're wasting your time because you're not a coaster. There he is, folks. Mick Sullivan. Gosh. If he walked in the room now, I'd say, "G'day, Mick." Oh, Cheryl, what a wonderful job you've done putting the history of these people together. And Mick Sullivan. How can you talk about Mick without having a tear in your eye?
Yes, he was another one who was reticent to be interviewed, but I think mainly because I was a woman and younger in those days. But fortunately, I had slipped through the noose since I'd been reporting on council when he was the chairperson of the council, so I must have done something right there. And the next time I went back to see him, he'd hunted out all these wonderful photos as well, so he'd really gone the extra mile. And what an interesting man, and done so many things.
Gosh, been a huge part of Southwestern.
Absolutely, yes.
I loved your heading. Sitting, enjoying the sun. The 86-year-old wore a large brimmed straw hat, khaki shorts and a white singlet. That was Mick Sullivan, MBE, JP, former Westland County Chairman, hotelier, farmer, mountaineerer and guide. And you finished it off and you've said, one of a dying breed. And he was one of a dying breed, wasn't he?
Yes.
He's, you look at some of the things that Mick was involved in, like the electricity generation unit for the hotel.
Yes.
You know, where did they get the expertise to do all those things?
Yeah, you'd wonder, wouldn't you? Yes. But the thing is that they, as children, they simply did as they were told, and they were part of it. They were part of everything. It wasn't like them and us, mum and dad and us kind of thing. They were part of the team. And
it's an interesting feeling going to Fox, and it's something I feel very strongly. And you know, I go to Fox and it's got a quietness, like a strength about it in the community. Yeah. And it's because of those old families, like the Sullivans and the Scotts, and you know, it's a real strength, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a number of people that I've spoken to about Mick, and of course, one of the things that he was really famous for was his mountain climbing.
Yes.
Now, you know, I understand that he nearly went to Mount Everest with Ed Hillary.
Well, Ed Hillary was down at Fox. He's actually mentioned in the book here. He was on that exhibition where they went up, climbed La Perouse, and Ruth Adams, you know, got into serious trouble. Yeah, he was with him. Yeah, there were 4 of them anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Mick obviously spent a lot of time climbing with Ruth Adams.
Yes.
And I've never, you know, it wasn't until I read your book that I even, you know, understood the connection there.
No, I didn't know either. I didn't know he was, everything that he did, he was really proficient at. He was top of the line, wasn't he? But I said to him, they did a lot of climbing together, but there was no romance. And he says, well, when you're in the Southern Alps, there's a lot to consider and life-dependent decisions constantly being made. If you're going to be involved with women, you can forget about the bloody mountains.
Mick Sullivan.
Yeah, that's true.
I rest my case. Now, Cheryl, we're off to Fox on Friday. Now, folks, you've probably heard me say this several times because you'll be following this series, and there'll be a lot of you. Fox, head for Fox Glacier on Friday. You've got plenty of time to get there because at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the dedication of this book will take place. It's at the Fox Hotel, and the best part is Cheryl's going to be put on the spot. She will be there.
That's what you think.
And we'll all be there in the audience, and it'll be fantastic. Now, if you would like to put your name down so that you make sure that you get a copy of the book, it's $49.99. Put your name down. Just put yes in the bottom of the comments, and I'll ensure that Cheryl or one of her team contact you. And if you're really quick about it, we'll get a signed copy for you. This is a unique book, folks. This is, when this is gone, it's gone. We're all trying to talk Cheryl into writing another book. I don't know whether she will. I mean, this one took 40 years to write. Holy mackerel. But we can, fingers crossed. So we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday in Fox. What do you reckon, Cheryl?
2 o'clock.
So all the Sullivans will be there?
I'd say so.
Oh,
yes.
oh
Yeah.
no, that means we have to drink beer in the pub afterwards.
You
Oh no.
might have to.
See you Friday, folks.